Okay, we should talk about last night. Look, it didn't go the way I suspected it might. Dustin sort of owned Max the first two fights. He definitely didn't own him last night. Right? Very good fight. Max prevailed. But what happened last night is what was supposed to happen. Dustin's going off into retirement, right? His career's over. So the best thing to happen is that you still active fighter wins. I remember when Joey Beltran was fighting that Ukrainian guy, and whatever his name is. He said the exact same thing after Beltran won the fight. Look, the kid's younger than me. He's staying around. That's a good thing. Dustin Poirier brought elite level boxing to MMA. Now, he's not a power puncher like Poirier is, so maybe it's not as noticeable, but his movement, his body movement, and the way he lays out his punching is very boxing-esque. To say nothing of, his submission chops. I mean, that guillotine that almost finished Khabib, almost finished Max Holloway last night, and that almost is a really big thing. What can we say about Paulo Costa? All we can say is welcome back, Paulo. He recreated the fighter he was when he entered, and it was good to see him again because he's been gone for quite some time. He started to fight much more defensively. We know that in my other video about the Barrios Pacquiao decision, we talked about how, why boxing suffered. Well, MMA is the same way. If a fighter starts fighting defensively, like not to lose, you're going to have some boring fights. The good thing is they're over in 15 minutes. In boxing, unfortunately, you're watching 45 minutes of boredom, and that's rough. But Costa brought it last night, and it worked out really great for everybody, including us. Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez. I knew it was going to be a war. I knew that Holland's activity might affect him in this fight, and I believe it did. Look, when you're fighting all the time, it's great. You can get in a really great rhythm, but your body also doesn't completely heal between fights, right? It's the old adage, I always talk about hard sparring for MMA guys. And then the Muay Thai thing comes up, and they say Muay Thai guys don't spar hard. Yeah, Muay Thai guys don't spar hard because they fight every single month. That's why they have 150 fights in their career. MMA guys don't have nearly that many. Now, if Holland sticks on this pace and schedule, he's going to have quite a few, right? But the bottom line is we rest for a reason. We rest to heal our bodies. And Holland hasn't done that. And I think in the end it proved fatal for him against Rodriguez. I know he had a late surge, and that's reflective of the conditioning he gets from fighting all the time. So, there's good parts and bad parts. As far as this card goes, look, we had to send Poirier off. I think they did a good job of it. Next one up is Hamzat versus Dricus, and I'm ready for that one. Everybody, read my book, Warrior.